Burdock root has been recognized for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It's also been used in digestive issues and just generally alleviating inflammation in the body. And we're going to talk about all the uses for it. Come over and join me. Thanks. Hi, everybody. So, let's see. It's the 16th for me. By the time you guys get it, it'll be the following Thursday. But anyways, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, this herbalism, trying to be healthier, trying to thwart the powers that be. Yeah, that kind of stuff. If you're here for any other reason, hi for that too. Thank you. Let's see. We're talking about burdock root today. I'm a little disclaimer thingies. I already like a little outline. I don't have one of those. Should have. But anyways, I'm an herbalist. I'm not a doctor. Do your research. Wiki. Research. Okay. The links to the articles that I am gleaning information from are in the description below. And there's a lot of actual research studies noted in those articles, in those websites. So feel free to research those. You can research on beyond that. But I'll pull from quite a few places because I want to hit on the top parts of it so that we're not I didn't type something in. All right, we're gonna go burdock root. All right, burdock root. It's a biennial. It's flowering. Its scientific name is Arctium napa. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I could find because I had a couple different confusing parts because this one website said it was just Arcticum, and then another one said it was Arcticum lapa. So I'm not as good with the scientific names. I give them to you because they are important, but I'm just not very good with that. I know that somebody says hibiscus, my previous podcast on hibiscus. It is a very specific kind of hibiscus that is medicinal. The other one's not going to hurt you. It's just not as strong. The hibiscus that I was more of the hibiscus that I have growing near me is of the Rose of Sharon variety. But it still has medicinal qualities, so it still works. It's just not the potent one that is actually the medicinal one that does work. So I never said I was. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'll never stop learning because there's always something new to learn. There's always an aspect of something you didn't think about, or there's your experimentation only worked on 30% of people that you tried it on. There's no guarantees with anything. I can just guarantee it's not going to kill you. Just have to do your own research. Okay. Research. Herbs don't really kill you unless you have a severe allergic reaction, and you're probably going to know it way ahead of time. There's a lot to deciding which herbs to take rather than just going, this is what it's for, and so I'll take it for this. It doesn't always match up in our bodies. If you would like me to ever get into that, I can in a very fractured, short way. I can do it. I do know all the stuff, but I have a hard time reiterating it back. I'm practicing and I'm working on it. That's why I'm doing this. One of the reasons. Also because I'm trying to prove stuff to myself. And I'm hoping you guys like what I'm offering. And if you want something better, I need constructive criticism. Not somebody to say, you could have done better. I know that. I'm working with what I got. Anyway, Burdock. Articum lapa. So, you know how there's, like, you're walking through a field or something, tall grass, and you get, like, burrs on your clothes, and they get caught and you can't get through, or on your socks if you're walking through the forest. That's probably the small hooking burrs from a burdock plant. Those leaves and stems hold significant value as herbal and alternative remedies. In Japan, it's often called gobo root and cultivated as a vegetable. Burdock has large heart-shaped leaves and bright pink, red to purple thistle-like plants. It also has burrs that can stick to clothing or animal fur. I have them like literally right outside my door. It's not an area we walk in. It's like an area I like grow wild for the reason of being able to cultivate native plants or things like this that I would never grow, a burdock root, but it grows freely in my yard. So getting ready to collect some seeds, getting ready to pull it up, and as soon as it starts dying off is when I highly recommend you collect the roots, because because right now in the growing months, all the effort is being put into the aerial parts of the plant, where you can still get the leaves. They're just very, very bitter. And then there's stuff in the stems as well. But the root is really the one that's the most potent. And it's after the aerial plants die off, all the medicinal properties come right back down into your root. And that's when it's the strongest. It's usually in the fall when everything starts to die off. So the deep roots of the burdock plant are brownish, greenish, and they're like almost completely black on the outside. That's even after the dirt, after you wash off the dirt. Burdock root is a slender, brown-skinned root vegetable that typically grows to be more than 2 feet in length. It consists of carbohydrates, volatile oils, plant sterols, tannins, and fatty oils. Burdock root is not a discovery in natural medicine. It has been used for thousands of years in Asia and Europe, and then it's most recently come to North America. I'm going to say that for 100 years still, but it's more recent than that. In Japan, it's primarily used as a vegetable, typically eaten fresh or cooked, and the young leaves can also be cooked like any other vegetable. So you can still saute them up. You can chop them up and put them in your root vegetable mix. They don't have a bad taste. I've had them before. In traditional Chinese medicine, burdock fruit has been used for thousands of years, typically associated with like lung and stomach meridians, known for cooling internal heat, and is commonly used to support skin health. In European folk medicine, an infusion of the seeds was often employed as a diuretic. I'm going to cook the seeds, right? I'm not going to plant it. Enhancing the health by supporting the processes of digestion and elimination. It is also commonly used as a scalp treatment to prevent hair loss and dandruff. So you can put it in your shampoo, you can make your own shampoo. Well, the difference there's dandelion root that does a lot of the similar things that burdock root does. They're both members of the Asteraceae family. They've just been used in traditional and modern medicine for years. They're excellent for diabetes and skin conditions. They're both natural diuretics, and they're packed with antioxidants. Burdock, where dandelion's like most for cleansing the liver and protecting the bones, while burdock is an excellent blood cleanser, and which is in the long run very, very good for liver health. It's also beneficial for the bones, particularly in cases of osteoarthritis. Like dandelion's high in fiber, as well as vitamin A, C, and K. We've done dandelion root before, or dandelion. But burdock is equally high in fiber, as well as, in addition to all the others, the A, C, and K. Excuse me. It has vitamin B6, potassium, and magnesium in it. It has lysine, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, glutamic acid, arginine, proline, lysine. It's got good stuff in it. Choline, phosphorus, selenium, protein, potassium. I think I said potassium before. And those are all like specifically notated from the USDA website. I did not put that one down there because you can do that. Additional. Anyway, it also can regulate blood pressure. Because of its high concentrations of potassium, that's why it makes it a really good regulator for blood pressure, because it's a vasodilator. So it helps relieve tension within the cardiovascular system, relaxing the blood vessels and arteries. We'll touch on that one later. It also aids in digestion. So it will stimulate the digestive system and allow food to move freely through the bowels and relieve constipation, prevent bloating, cramping, ulcers. Inulin, which is a type of soluble and prebiotic fiber, it's found in burdock root, right? So that is what we want out of the burdock root if you're wanting it for digestion, because it reduces the inflammation in the gut and helps eliminate various kinds of harmful bacteria that can cause diarrhea and gastrointestinal issues. So it treats constipation, therefore. It also controls diabetes. So, where do you go diarrhea? Although all types of fiber will help aid in controlling your diabetes or aid anyone with diabetes, the balance of insulin and glucose specifically is helped with inulin. It's particularly effective and directly linked to reducing the development and severity of diabetes. An animal study found burdock extract has a hypoglycemic effect, helping in the management of lipids profiles and enzyme levels in people with diabetes. In fact, it is used in Iranian traditional medicine for this purpose. So, like also dandelion, it detoxifies the liver. It is bitter, as I said. These are the leaves. The root can do it too, but the leaves will help with this as well. You can tincture that up. You can tincture up the roots. You can eat them in foods, salads, vegetables, anywhere you have your vegetables. You can eat these. So basically, it does kind of like what it does for the digestive system. If your digestive system is healthy, that filters then into your liver, and as it clears the toxins from the blood, because that's what the liver does, Burdock's organic compounds and components are directly linked to improving that function. And all of that has a lot to do with the antioxidants present in it. So we've got quercetin, lutein, phenolic acids, and antioxidants, as we know, reduce inflammation. And one study found that burdock root reduced inflammatory markers in the blood of patients with osteoarthritis. So in all of that, it also boosts immunity, which it will. It's got antioxidants. It's anti-inflammatory. It's going to boost your immunity. They have been linked to preventing infections, supporting proper growth, and repairing the body's cells and tissues. We talked about how it's a blood purifier. It actually literally contains active ingredients that can detoxify heavy metals from the blood, therefore improving organ health and overall body well-being, which also then promotes blood circulation to the skin surface and improving skin health. All this stuff just links together, and there's our whole bodies. That's just what we do. Our bodies work as a whole system. We can isolate different parts, but really, if you didn't have a mouth, you wouldn't have a stomach, and then you wouldn't have the whole evacuation system. There's wow, I had an immature thought. I'm not even going to tell you about it. It's like if you eat healthy, then your gut's going to be healthy, and then your liver's going to be healthy, and then you're going to be healthy. It's just a cycle, right? And our taste buds have a lot to do with it, because if our taste buds have certain, like say you're having something that's bitter, it's going to produce differently in your body than a sweet will. It's going to produce different than a spicy. They also call that pungent. There's a lot. And it's really exciting to me to learn about all this stuff. And just see everything just thrown together and make a lot of sense. So, promotes hormonal imbalance too, by the way. I know that I am in the age of perimenopause, which I've kind of fixed a lot of stuff recently. It is a for me thing. I'll tell you later. Maybe. So, having a hormone disorder can be destructive and problematic. To avoid this, consider adding foods and herbs to your diet that can help regulate hormonal activity in the body. This goes for men too. Men may not have an actual name for it, but their hormones change as well. Burdock can help the liver metabolize certain hormones. See, liver's important for that too. Such as estrogen, which can rebalance the body's hormone levels. Interesting. Excess estrogen is the cause of various dangerous and even deadly hormonal disorders. So adding some burdock root to your weekly diet is never a bad idea. I don't remember I read it. So it also lowers our blood sugars, which is why it can control diabetes. So it contains a compound called, I'm going to put it here, but it's fun to attempt, fructooligosaccharides, chlorogenic acid, and both of those have been known to improve insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar levels. So it's also a lymphatic cleanser. Cleavers is another one of those. I also talked about them before. So the lymphatic system is our body's inner drainage system, a network of blood vessels and lymph nodes that carry fluids from tissue throughout the body into the bloodstream and vice versa. If you can strengthen your lymphatic system, you can help your body ward off various diseases and serious health issues. So burdock root helps induce lymphatic drainage with detoxification. So in that turn, it works as a blood purifier, and then it strengthens the lymphatic system. And sodas are the biggest thing, processed foods, mostly sodas though, are going to make your blood like syrup. Don't do it. So it's a natural diuretic, so it's also good for stimulating the kidneys. That helps the body eliminate excess fluids, primarily water and sodium. And we need it, but we need to be able to use it to flush through. So we want you to go to potty, to the bathroom, to vacuum, eliminate. We want it all working right so you're healthy, so you stick around, so you can be the awesome person that you are. If you're not an awesome person, yay, you're alive. Okay, so burdock root is a natural diuretic. So through burdock root consumption and leaves, the stem too, you can naturally and easily help your body eliminate excess water by increasing urine output. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that burdock root extract shows promise as a diuretic in humans. But that's what it said. It says by elevating the rate of urination, burdock root can help remove waste from blood in the body. So that's what the whole entire study was about. Okay, so it inhibits certain types of cancers. Now, I've touched on this many times. I'm not going to go into the whole saying that it'll keep you from getting cancer. It'll cure your cancer. It's not that easy. Could it? Potentially. But it won't just be one herb. It would be like a whole lifestyle change. I have seen it happen. I know one person who did it successfully. He still, to this day, never had anything come back. I want to pick his ear, but I haven't, because I haven't talked to him in 20 years. Yeah, more like 18. But the point is, it's kind of like, hey, can you tell me how? I mean, I could, but it's a little awkward. So I'm one of those people. Research has also found that burdock has potential inhibitory effects on cancer growth caused by cancers like pancreatic carcinoma. Another study found that burdock root significantly reduced tumor growth in mice with melanoma. Many herbalists today claim that burdock root can help prevent cancer cells from metastasizing, making it potential natural treatment for cancer. I'm reading to you what they wrote. There's a lot more to this. Basically, if it's got antioxidants and it's anti-inflammatory, It's going to help you not get cancer, but you'd have to like eliminate all this other stuff from your diet too, and add a lot of stuff to your diet. You can't go into having burdock root or any other herb and saying this is going to cure me of cancer. It's not. That's not how that works. I do know how it works, but that's not. I mean, it's just going to help. It's going to help you. Studies explain that artigenin is a lignin found in certain plants of the Asteraceae family, including greater burdock, the Arnica lapa. Yeah. This has been shown to combat cancer cells by selectively stopping their proliferation and inhibiting the production of specific proteins, the NPAT proteins, therefore crippling cancer's ability to reproduce. Can it work? Yes. Not by itself. It says on a small trial in humans looked at 15 people with advanced pancreatic cancer. A few of the participants' cancers seemed to respond to the supplement when they took 3 grams and 12 grams of burdock root daily for 2 weeks. One person had a decreased amount of cancer in their body, and in 4 others it seemed to prevent further growth of the cancer. I'm going to say, and because they don't tell you this, that they also had them change their diets otherwise. Or that perhaps maybe they were also, it says supplement, so maybe they were also doing other things as well. That's why I said what I said before. It's not going to do it by itself. It will help. Absolutely 100% will help. So it improves arthritis. Burdock root is recognized for its potential, I can't read, for its potent anti-inflammatory properties, making it a valuable addition to an arthritis diet. Study published in the International Journal of Rheumatic Diseases relayed that burdock root tea improved inflammatory status and oxidative stress in patients with knee osteoarthritis, also known as degenerative joint disease. Subjects were given 3 cups of burdock root tea per day for 42 days and then assessed for inflammatory markers, including high sensitivity C-reactive protein. These results showed that burdock root tea can significantly help people suffering with osteoarthritis by lowering inflammatory markers. There's some people I wish would be receptive to help, but they're not. So, the antibacterial. Opening my probiotic soda. It's all natural. I can make this at home, but sometimes it's easier just to buy things. But I have made them at home. Sometimes it's easier just to buy things. Treating and preventing infections is something that burdock root can do. It can fight the common cold, sore throats, and other ailments. Although research is limited, they have found that burdock root may help prevent various types of bacterial infections. And a 2017 in vitro study found that compounds in burdock root may help with certain types of persistent bacterial infections. In 2024 study, so relatively recent, also notes that burdock root may be an effective supplement to antibiotics for certain severe bacterial infections. Severe? I mean, the supplement says try to get to things before it becomes that severe. You won't need to resort. I know, it's not always that easy. I get it. A 2023 review of the in vitro and in vivo studies notes that burdock root has been found to have potential antimicrobial effects against bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella. There's more. So burdock root also has been studied for the potential treatment of H. pylori. That's the infection that gets in your stomach lining and can cause ulcers and cancer. A 2018 study found that burdock root and other Chinese herbal medicines prevented bacteria in the stomach lining of people with H. pylori. Researchers noted an increase in antioxidants and a decrease in inflammation. Okay. We talked about how it was good for cardiovascular health, so it's good for improving heart health because it improves blood pressure, right? So it also will improve cholesterol levels, and I'm not talking about like anything under 350. 350 is about average of what you should be, not what the doctors are pushing because they're just trying to sell sense. That's really bad for our brains. So a small 2016 study found that drinking burdock root tea 3 times a day for 6 weeks resulted in significant improvement in blood pressure and cholesterol levels. If you ever want me to do a segment on cholesterol, let me know, because I still have more research to do, like that I could like display to you. But I have opinions, I have learnings. All right, so it can help treat an enlarged spleen. If you suffer from an enlarged spleen, burdock root can help. Studies indicate that the spleen is a vital guardian organ that we rely on to keep our body free from infection, viruses, and other pathogens. An enlarged spleen is a clear warning sign that the immune system is working hard to remove threats from the body, but is failing to do so because it can't keep up with the high demand. It's good to know. It can fight tonsillitis. It'll alleviate the symptoms of painful tonsillitis. Acute tonsillitis is a type of inflammatory infection that causes tissue within the tonsils to become infected with harmful bacteria. I had a ton when I was a kid. Never had strep throat though, until once as an adult. Only ever once. That was so weird. Anyway, burdock root is used in traditional medicine to relieve tonsillitis because it promotes wound healing, reduces inflammation, and helps alleviate cough, sore throats, and pain. It also will it'll also help with respiratory infections such as influenza and other diseases. So we talked about how it defends against the diabetes. It's also an aphrodisiac. I don't quite know this, but I mean, the extract enhanced sexual function and increased the amount of sexual behavior in male rats. Okay. Apparently they haven't done any human studies about it. It's not gonna hurt you. If anything, it'll help. So it'll treat skin issues too, because it's anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial. You can use it to promote skin healing, protect against infections. A 2008 study found that topical treatment with a natural burdock extract significantly improved the metabolism of the dermal extracellular matrix, your skin, leading to visible reduction in wrinkles. Ooh. And as we know, it also reduces chronic inflammation. Yeah. If you have inflammation, that's bad. That's bad. Please fix it. So we're going to go to side effects now, because this doesn't need to be like a terribly long video, because, yeah, I need you to please stick around. So it's a natural diuretic, so don't have it if you're, like, dehydrated. Or if you're prone to dehydration, don't have burdock root. If you're on water pills, don't have it because it can increase dehydration because it's bitter. Don't. It says pregnant women and women who are trying to become pregnant shouldn't take burdock root and supplements. I say you make your own decisions based on your research. So also don't take, if you're on diabetes medication already, like to try to lower your, or to come off. There's a way to do that, to like come off a pharmaceutical and make it all herbal. But it's a lifestyle change. It really is. There are herbs that will support that you can still take. But this one, it could lead to hypoglycemia, and you don't want that to be the thing either. You really would have to be under supervision if you want to like supplement it, or if you want to work on replacing it. I don't recommend doing it without supervision. There. If you're sensitive to any of the Compositae or Asteraceae plant families, that also includes like ragweed, chrysanthemums, marigolds, daisies. I know a lot of people are allergic to ragweed. I'm allergic to ragweed, but I can have all those other things. It's just how you're ingesting it and your tolerance levels and stuff like that. Just be careful. Doesn't mean you can't. Okay, so it's also an adaptogen. Burdock root acts as a mild stressor on the body rather than being toxic. This is usually a great thing as it allows your body to adapt to specific forms of stress and become more resilient. That's why we want adaptogens. However, stressing the body too much can be counterproductive and cause multiple side effects, including toxicity. While acute toxicity is extremely rare, taking very high amounts of any herb can lead to chronic toxicity and cause health problems over time. To prevent chronic toxicity or the development of tolerance, I mean, that's why I say the 12 on, 12 off, 24 on, 24 off. You have to give your body a break because it can become toxic, or it can just stop working altogether, and that can cause other problems. There's a lot to that I have to say. Just trying to stick to the thing. So it can also cause temporary bloating because of the inulin, but that will filter through. It will keep drinking your water. Make sure you put a little bit of Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt or something. A little pinch, just a little pinch. Not enough to taste it, but enough to be an electrolyte. Water. That's what I do. I have my water, and I have, literally, you can use this. Sea salt. This salt does not supply iodine as a necessary nutrient. Iodine is necessary not in this form because it is all processed. So I use sea salt. This is probably the worst one I use, but I use Redmond's rose salt, Himalayan sea salt. Celtic sea salt is the best, but it's so expensive right now. Anything that doesn't have the iodine in it, that isn't super processed, that's the salt you can have. And still, everything in moderation. Anyways, I put some of that in here sometimes, and not enough to taste it, but it still works, and it helps because if you're drinking water and you're still dehydrated, that's not getting into your cells. You need the salt, the healthy salt, to words to hydrate your body. Okay. Generally, research suggests that most people can tolerate up to 20 grams of inulin a day. So if you're having inulin's in the burdock root in your body, that's what helps with the digestive issues and different things like that. That's what keeps everything draining and flowing. So you're going to have temporary bloating. That's where I was going with this. Just keep drinking your water. It will go away. It's just your body holding on to things. So amounts and dosages. You heard within all the research studies that I mentioned that they were taking a certain amount, certain diagnoses, for a certain amount of time. Go ahead and try those. If you know what you're doing, if you need some recommendations, it's kind of what I'm here for. You can buy it in dried powdered and supplements. You can use it in skincare. All the topical things don't really have any sort of a dosage. Because I can guarantee you're not going to sit in a concentrated bath of burdock root tincture or something. You're just not going to do that. I mean, there are weird people out there. Anyway, eat it raw or cooked. Saute it in or stir-fried dishes. It'll be a nice little balance to your sweet veggies, root veggies. Yeah, like the parsnips, turnips, carrots. What's the other one? I like parsnips. Anyways, I tried to grow them and they haven't grown them yet. This is the time of year to grow them, by the way. Anyway, how to use burdock root. You can have it in a tea. You can have it in herbal tincture, a crushed powder that a person makes. You can take it in pill form. You can make a decoction, which is a liquid made from boiling the herb. You can cut it into strips and enjoy it in a stir fry. You can pickle it and have it as a snack. There's no single dosage, minimum or maximum. I would go over what the study said. You can check out those websites and see if you can glean any more information from it. Make sure you ethically harvest this. And by that, I mean, make sure you're foraging it from an area that has no pesticides. That's a big one because you don't want to get sick from pesticides that have been sprayed on it. So don't get it from the roadside. Get it from a yard that hasn't been pesticided. Mine doesn't have it. It used to. My husband used to pesticide everything. So this is the first year that those little areas I can harvest from because it has been almost 10 years. Yeah. Be careful where you harvest them from or if you're going to forage it. You can buy it online though. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I appreciate it very much. All the links will be in the description below. I highly recommend you do your own research. I'll just give you the highlights. Yes, thank you very, very, very much for sticking around to the end. That means a lot to me. Give a few times what I need. This will be a video number 101. That includes all my little tutorials and stuff like that. A video 101. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for learning with me. Let me know if you have a specific herb that you would like to learn about, if I haven't already touched on it before. see you again in the next video. Thank you. Bye.